What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is for my 1-bar mage Sorc, which is called the FRAG monster, and the frags are hitting absolutely insane numbers. As you have probably already seen on the thumbnail of the video, the frags are hitting like 25k Tooltip, which is absolutely insane. It hits so hard, it's hitting the players really hard. There's clips at the end if you want to check out the build in action, and I've also tweaked it a little bit, so it's actually going to be even stronger than it is in the clips at the end. I think the clips at the end, the Tooltip was around 24k. I've managed to push it to 25k. So let's get straight into the build. So these are the stats, absolutely flat. We've got 64 points into Magicka. We've got nearly 49k health, Magicka. We've got quite low health, but we've got shield, so it's all good there. So it's nearly 22k health. We've only got 16k stam, but we're not really using stamina. That's just for sort of roll dodging. The Magicka recovery, if we pop a potion, we'll hit nearly 2k Magicka recovery. So don't worry, it's not all stacked into damage. There is enough recovery to keep going. The weapon and spell damage will hit around 5.5k, which isn't that high, but when you take into account the max Magicka is already at 50k almost, you are going to be hitting like an absolute truck. The critical resistance is at 2400 almost. The physical and spell again are a little bit low, but you've just got to keep that shield up, keep that distance, and you'll do absolutely fine. We're running the ice cream food, which is one of the best foods in the game for Mage Sorc. So we've got gives you 4,200 max Magicka. It's going to give you a ton of Magicka recovery. We've got the Mage Mundus to boost the max Magicka even more. Make sure you're Vampire Stage 3 for the Undeath passive. So let's go into the sets. So the first set we are running is the Grace of the Ancient set. It's going to give you a line of max Magicka and another line of max Magicka. So it's going to give you quite a lot of max Magicka on a 3-piece. We're running Sharpened for the penetration, and we have a weapon damage enchantment on it. Lightning Staff as well. It's going to boost direct damage attacks. The next set we are running is an old school set, but I think it's a little bit slept on as people don't use it as much. It was nerfed a little bit, but I still think it's very good. Very easy to proc as well. So it's the Molag Kina, which drops in White Gold Tower. That's like years and years ago, that dungeon, but it's a really good set. You don't see a lot anymore, but it does give you a boost and a ton of weapon and spell damage. So we're running heavy just for a bit more resistances. I've got it infused with max Magicka glyph. So what it does, it will give you a line of weapon and spell damage, and when you can consecutively light attack for 2 times, you will trigger overkill, and overkill is going to give you 547 weapon and spell damage, but it will increase the cost of your abilities by 8%. But we are on 1 bar, so the increase is not too bad. Not really that noticeable, and like I said, you've got high recoveries and you're on 1 bar anyway, so it's really not too bad at all. So you're going to be getting nearly 700 weapon damage from just 2 pieces, which is absolutely crazy. Definitely a slept on set in my opinion. It used to be used a lot back in the day. It never used to have the 8% cost increase of your abilities. I think that's why people stop using it as much, but on a 1 bar it's a-okay. We've got a Cuirass of the Trainee in heavy with reinforced and max health, just to give us a bit more health. Obviously you get a line of max health as well. So again, we don't want to push so much into Magicka that you're completely squishy. We do need a bit of health and a bit of survivability. So the shoulders are medium Molag Kina in Divine's max Magicka. And the final set we are running is the Crafty Alfiq, which is one of the best sets in the game for Mag Sorc. You get pretty much 4 lines of maximum magicka. I've got infused light sash. The hands are impenetrable. The legs are light as well, Crafty Alfiq, impenetrable. And then the shoes are impenetrable as well. So it's all light. We've got 2 heavy, 1 medium and 4 light. And the necklace, he's got a necklace of ancient grace with a magicka recovery enchantment, arcane. And then we've got the Crafty Alfiq ring, arcane, with a weapon damage enchantment, and the Oaken Soul ring with the arcane and weapon damage enchantment. So I feel that's like a nice combo there. So you're going to get plenty of pen as well, so don't worry. And you've got tons and tons of damage. So with the pen, it's only at nearly 8k, which isn't super high. But if you take into account the destruction staff, because we are using crushing shock, and this will ignore 3000 of your enemy's spell resistance, so the pen is around 11k, and then toppling all that damage on top, it's really going to do some super high damage. Yeah, like I said, the first skill is crushing shock, which will do a blast of flame, frost and shock damage. If enemies are hit while casting and interrupted, it's going to set them off balance and stun them. Very, very strong. You've got your streak as well to stun enemies and do shock damage. Really, really good skill. And the crystal frag is the thing that's going to go through the roof. The tooltip, when it's activated, the instant frag is going to be around 25k. So that is going to really hit. That is just spammable. It's just going to hit super hard. It does even proc on itself as well to get the extra damage. We've got hardened walled, obviously, for your big shield, and it also heals you as well if you've got no pets. So it's very, very strong. So that's literally the only heal we've got on it. And you've got your endless fury for your execute, which hits super hard, and it's also going to restore magicka as well. So if you kill an enemy, you're going to get that magicka back as well. So again, you've already got pretty good sustain, you've got a massive magicka bar, and on top of it you're going to get the restore from the execution as well of the endless fury. And to put everything together to make your enemies panic, we've got absorption field, which is basically going to silence your enemies, and it's going to prevent them from doing any magical spells basically in that globe. It's going to stun them, and it's also going to heal you. So you can use this as a little, like I said, you're not particularly tanky, so you need to keep that shield up, and if you drop this on top of you, you can really stand your ground and people won't come in the globe. It lasts for 12 seconds and it's going to silence them. They're not going to be able to heal, they're going to panic, they're going to roll away. Obviously it's not very effective against so like stand blades, anything stamina based, dizzy swing, but a lot of heals and stuff is magicka based, and it's just gonna be silenced. So it's very, very good. Underrated in my opinion. Right, so let's go into the champion points. Champion points, you've got fighting finesse, master at arms, deadly aim and resilience for more critical resistance. The red CP, we've got fortify for some armor and boundless vitality for some extra health. Pain's refuge just to reduce some of your damage taken, and bastion to boost your damage shield and also to give you more damage done against shielded enemies as well. So that's really, really good. The green CP is entirely up to you, but I just recommend Rashna, Liquid Efficiency, Steed's Blessing. So yeah, that's pretty much all the build fully explained. Just make sure you have all your passives into your 3 class lines of the sorcerer, all your passives in destruction staff, all your passives in light, medium and heavy because we're running a mixture, all your passives in vampire if you can, but just particularly undeath. Try and get the undaunted if you can. I actually haven't got the undaunted, so again you can push this even further because this will give you extra stats, the undaunted metal. And then you want the assault and support line if you can, because that's obviously going to give you a few more extra bonuses. I'm a bit low on skill points. And Dark Elf is probably one of the best races to choose. Try a damage race. I think the sustain is okay, so try and go damage. High Elf, Dark Elf, Orc, anything that's got damage race basically. Khajiit you could even go. So race, don't worry too much. But just try a damage race if you can. And then also alchemy, make sure you have the medicinal use just to make your potions last a bit longer. Right, so let's get into how you actually play the build. You want to keep from range. You don't want to be on top of people. You want to be keeping your distance. And like I said, you don't have a lot of health, so you really want to be keeping that shield up at all times if you can. Like I said, you can spam it quite a lot because your recoveries are fairly good and you've got a massive magicka bar. So just be keeping that up before you engage in enemies. And obviously once your ultimate's ready, if your ultimate is ready, then you can drop that on the enemy, shield up, and then just start spamming crushing shock and light attack and just get that overkill. When you do 2 light attacks consecutively, it's going to trigger the Molag Kina. That's going to trigger the overkill. Once that's activated, then start spamming your frags, and then you're going to be getting some crazy numbers. And then obviously when they're low on health, just drop that Endless Fury. And like I said, just in between light attacks, crushing shock, and then like I said, when it activates, hit the frags. You can do, if you run low on magicka, just, you know, keep your distance, get some heavy attacks in to restore some of the magicka, because it's all magicka based. You know, if they get near you, just stun them and get some distance. You don't want to be up close and personal. If you can, keep that range. You've got, look at the distance you can throw the frags. There's no need to be near anyone. And I said, if they get near you, then just streak away. Heavy attack for some sustain. But I said, when you kill someone, you're also going to get the restore as well. And if someone does get on top of you, you can even cast it on yourself. It's going to give you a protection bubble. It's going to heal you, and then you can really go to town on them. And then they're going to try and heal and panic and roll away. So that's how to play the build. It's nice and simple. Just make sure you do the light attacks to proc that Molag Kina. As you'll see, the electric field is the Molag Kina. So crushing shock, set them off balance, proc that Molag Kina, and then just go to town on them. Just keep your shield up in between, heavy attacks in between if you need that restore. And obviously you've got your potions as well. And then the Endless Fury, which hits super hard. And again, it's all very, very ranged. So just don't get near people, keep your distance. That's how to play the Mag Sorc properly. And like I said, if anyone does get near you, just streak on them. You can even play offensively and streak towards them. You know, if you've got the frag proc ready, and just shield up. And obviously you're not using any stamina based skills, so you can use that stamina pool to block and roll dodge if you need to. That's pretty much all it's needed for. It's not very big, but again, you shouldn't be doing too much roll dodging, but if you really need to. But you want to be just keeping distance, yeah? Yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the build video, guys. A final note, just try and get the jewellery yellow if you can. I haven't even got the jewellery fully yellow. And obviously the weapon is your priority. The armour doesn't matter so much. And yeah, try and get everything reinforced on the big pieces if you can, and impenetrable on the smaller pieces, I would recommend. If you want to check out what outfit I'm wearing, I think it's the new costume that was given to us for the anniversary. It's the Cumberland anniversary attire. That's what I'm wearing. I've just dyed it in blue. And I've got the skin, the Glowgill Garhide on. Yep, so that's the end of the build, guys. Drop this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you've got any comments of the build at all, just drop them in the comment section below. And stay tuned now for the build in action. But like I said, I've made some more tweaks from the actual clips before. So it was hitting not as hard as it will be now. So the clips are not actually showing the damage, it will be even higher. slightly. It was, like I said, that was showing 24k frag tooltip with that build, and now this is the just slightly adjusted. So follow this and it'll be hitting 25k tooltip. Absolutely insane. You're going to be doing so much damage, and it's really fun ranged attack for PvP. So I'll see you in the next video, guys.